Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. And today I picked up the Air Jordan 4s in the infrared colorway. I think a lot of people had mixed opinions on these. For me, I'm always a fan of 4s, and I can't remember the last 4 that dropped that I didn't go for. I couldn't get my size at my local Finish Line with the in-store raffle, but I was able to grab one of the raffle pairs that wasn't claimed. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's look at these Air Jordan 4s in the infrared colorway. Like I said, I wasn't able to get my personal size at the in-store raffle, but I did grab a pair that wasn't claimed. I was able to hit 2 GS pairs on sneakers, but no adult pairs. But then on the Finish Line app this morning, I actually got through and ordered my personal size. So I do have a personal pair of these coming. I did a poll on my community tab, and it looked like more than half of the people that responded, I think there was like 150 responses or something, but it looked like more than half were passing on these, and like 10 or 15% were undecided. I think only about 30% of the people that answered said that they were in fact going for these. So that kind of surprised me, but then it seems like the sneaker game has kind of cooled off a bit, so you know, I'm not really shocked by it. We have a dope looking box. I really like seeing this. It's got that really oversized flight script on there with the Jumpman in the middle, and it kind of reminds me of the bottom of the green bean box. It's got all these specks, all this splatter on it, and it's kind of shiny, but it's like a gray color, and then all the splatter is like a shinier, lighter colored silver almost. But I think that's pretty cool. Just for reference, the grade school pairs just came in a standard flight lid, like we see a bunch of other grade school pairs come in. The tag reads Air Jordan 4 Retro, and the colors are labeled as dark gray, infrared 23, and black. The adult size pairs ran $200 US, and the grade school pair was $160. And here they are, the infrared Jordan 4. Right off the bat, I wasn't as pumped to get these as I was for like the military black 4s. These rank above the Red Thunders, or the Thunder Reds, however you want to say it. These are above those, but I don't like these near as much as the military black 4s. I do think that they're sharp looking. I like the different colors of gray, and I think that infrared color really pops off of there. And I mean, it's a 4, so I've always loved 4s ever since I was a kid. But right off the bat, this isn't a shoe that if I had missed that I would have been paying real high resale prices for or anything. A lot like the Thunder Red 4s. But I do think they're dope looking. I think they'll be easy to style. This is probably a pair that you'll see a lot of people throwing on feet here in the real near future. Like the military black 4s, I can imagine a lot of people will probably be sitting on, kind of seeing if they do the same thing that the white Oreos did. But I bet you we start seeing people wearing these real soon. And I like that. I mean, most shoes are bought to be worn. Well, pretty much all shoes are made to be worn. But I like the idea that people are throwing dope kicks on their feet as opposed to just holding them to see if they become super valuable. I'm actually not even really sure what prices of these are at right now. I should have looked before I started doing this review. But like I said before, I really like just the variety of grays, and I think it looks good along with the black and the white and just the couple little hits of that infrared color. Since I picked up a GES pair, I just figured I would show it real quick. The quality control sometimes on the GS pairs is way off compared to the adult pairs. These are actually pretty good. The one complaint I have with these is that on this right shoe, on the mud guard, there's like a spot on there. It looks like they tried to wipe it off, but it actually caused, and I don't know if it'll pick this up on camera or not, but if you look at the shoe, this little area right here is actually lighter. And it looks like what happened was it got a spot on it at the factory, and then they tried to like scrub it off or something, and it actually made the mud guard get a little bit lighter, a little bit faded in that one area. And that's my main complaint with this GS pair. They're not as clean as what the adult pair is, but they're not terrible. I mean, you can see the air bubble isn't like caked in paint, and the paint is actually pretty neat on these. But then back to the adult pair. Here you can see we've got a standard Jordan 4 tread pattern, and I think this is one of the coolest looking areas of this infrared 4. But I like the combination of the dark gray, the white, the infrared hits, and then I like how it's got this nice black hit there at the midfoot. I just think that's a dope looking outsole. I think it's pretty cool. Coming up from that, you can see that the midsole is painted white there around that air unit. And then above that, we've got some black painted areas. And that's all pretty neat. There's no big bubbles or anything like that. No paint where it shouldn't be. But then coming around to the front, just like we saw on the GS pair, we've got some of this lighter gray colored. It's not a nubuck. It's pretty synthetic feeling. But it's a nice color, it looks nice, but all this upper, it all feels pretty synthetic. It doesn't feel as good as like what the Lightning 4s does. I would compare the feel of this material. I would compare the feel of this material to that of the Thunder Red 4s, which I don't mind, but it's definitely not premium. I do think that it should hold the color for a long time, which is good, but it definitely doesn't feel like a natural material, and it doesn't have the look of like a premium suede or a premium nubuck. This lighter color gray is just in the front, and then for the rest of the upper, we've got a darker color gray in that same material. Of course, we've got these infrared hits where the eyelets are, and then for the Jumpman on the tongue. The tongue is the darker gray color of that synthetic nubuck type material, and they gave us some flat black laces. I do like this gray behind the black netting. I think that looks pretty cool, but you see that on the side panels, and then also at the base of the tongue. And then on the heel, we've got this kind of rubber accent in black with a gray Jumpman on there, and I think that's pretty sharp looking. But then the sock liner is black, and the back of the tongue has more of that infrared, and it's got Air Jordan upside down on the back of it. But let me know what you all think of these. I know a lot of people passed on them, and I got no problems with that. I'm glad that I have my own size coming. My kids love these, and I hit a couple GS pairs, so I know a couple of us will be rocking them. But let me know what you all think, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.